environmental impact assessment. It refers to the process of studying what environmental impacts that could affect the protected area. After doing an assessment, we will create a note of what are the environmental impacts that would impact the protected area, called environmental impact statement. And now we will submit it to the government or the DNR that are responsible for the management of the protected area, so that they will create an approval called environmental compliance certificate. And for the projects with minor impacts, it just need an initial environmental examinations. And now let's proceed to the ancestral domains and customary rights. So it explains here that the indigenous peoples are recognized for their ancestral domains. They have the right and responsibility for governing, maintaining, protecting, and conserving these areas using traditional knowledge. And now for the Protected Area Fund, it refers to the special fund that is used for the management of the protected area. And that it is sourced from fees, donations, and other income to support conservation and management. And that the revenue sharing is that the 75% stays in the protected area to improve it directly, and 25% goes to the national government to help other protected areas. And now let's proceed to the prohibited acts under the Section 18. Wildlife hunting, poaching, and illegal fishing. Of course, this is very prohibited because it destroys our diversity. It destroys marine life. And illegal logging, mining, and quarrying is also banned because they would destroy our forest and land formations. And now, pollution and dumping of waste is also prohibited to protect our soil and water quality. And kaingin and forest fires, unauthorized structures and businesses, introduction of exotic species, use of explosives, treasure hunting, and construction within a 40-meter easement. And now for the penalties for the minor offenses, penalties can reach from 200,000 pesos up to 1 million pesos fine, or 1 to 6 years imprisonment. It covers unauthorized small-scale hunting or fishing, minor illegal cutting of trees, unauthorized small structures or signage, improper waste disposal, or minor pollution. And now for the major offenses, penalties can reach from 1 million pesos to 5 million pesos. Fine or 6 to 12 years imprisonment. It covers large-scale poaching or hunting of endangered species, major illegal logging, mining or quarrying, large-scale dumping of toxic waste, construction that severely damages habitats or waterways. Now for the additional penalties of Section 19, daily fines for non-compliant facilities. Facilities inside protected area not following management plans or environmental rules. So, people that are inside the protected area who does not follow management plan or policies can also be fined. Confiscation of resources and equipment. Equipment used in illegal activities like boats or fishing for illegal fishing can be confiscated, and also for the chainsaws or trucks for illegal logging. And also explosives can be confiscated if they are used in destructive activities. And now for the corporate officers are personally liable. Companies committing violations are responsible at the corporate and individual officer level. So if officer of or the official of the company who committed violations such as illegal mining or deforestation can also be imprisoned or can be fined. And public officers face perpetual disqualification. So basically the government officials who allow the violations or abuse their authority can also be imprisoned. Now, here's the actual case. Chinese mining companies like Ipila Nickel and Celestial Nickel operated within the Mount Patalingahan Protected Landscape of Palawan. So, the violation is that the indigenous cultural communities or ICCs argued that the mining area overlapped within a protected zone where mining is strictly prohibited under RA 11038. And the other slide will be presented by our co-presenter, Mr. Robelo.
Good day everyone, I'm James Robelo, and to continue this presentation, we have here the actual case of indigenous cultural communities of Bicam and Central Domain, Brooks Point, Palawan, DNR, MGB Ipilon Nickel Corp, and Celestial Nickel Mining. The Supreme Court issued a writ of kalikasan against the DENR and the mining firms, recognizing the potential for serious and irreversible to the environment. This is a landmark application of the INIPAS Act, proving that legislated protected areas have a higher level or legal immunity against the industrial exploitation. So next is current issue and challenges. Even though the law expanded protected areas to 248 sites, it faces problems in funding, manpower, and governance. So the first, financial and human resource gaps. Not enough money, limited budget for protecting habitats, assessing resources, and developing ecotourism. Staff shortage, protected area management offices, PAMOs, are delayed in approval, so parks lack superintendent and ranger. Weak law enforcement, fewer staff meant illegal activities like poaching, logging, and quarrying are hard to stop. So the second is governance and administrative issue. Overlapping authorities, conflict between national agencies, DNR, and local government LGUs on land use boundaries and taxes. Zoning problems, outdated land and sea policies cause boundary dispute and make it hard to manage people living inside protected areas. So, next is Impact Republic Act 11038 or INIPAS Act of 2018. Environmental impact expanded protected areas from 94 to 248 sites. Help conserve biodiversity, forests, rivers, and marine life. Protects endangered species, sensitive ecosystems. Social impact. Recognize indigenous people, ancestral domains, and customary rights. Supports community-based conservation and ecotourism, providing local livelihoods. Encourages public awareness and participation in protecting nature. Legal impact. Strengthen management and administration of protected areas via DNR and PAMOS. Provide legal tools to enforce protection, fines, penalties, writ of kalikasan. Improves coordination between national and local governments. The last is importance of Republic Act 11038. Promote sustainable development. Encourage ecotourism and responsible use of nature resources. Balance environmental protection and social and economic benefits. Next is protects the environment. Conserve forests, rivers, wildlife, and marine ecosystems, prevent distinction from legal logging, mining, and poaching, preserve endangered species and biodiversity. Next, recognize indigenous peoples' rights, protects ancestral domains and customary practices, support to community governance and traditional conservation methods. And that's all. Thank you.